Hi, this is Z, and I'm back again with another video. In this video, I want to, excuse me, talk about blessing blockers and destiny blockers. Um, and these are people that I would consider to not necessarily be doing witchcraft or anything like that. But these are people in families or any other group settings that will attempt to block a specific person or multiple people from their blessings and from their destinies, what's destined for them. These are people, you'll have people that feel like for whatever reason they cannot achieve the things that they want to achieve for themselves. They may have insecurities or illnesses or trauma, things that they haven't overcome and they haven't healed from. And they see other people around them that have potential, who they feel like there's nothing holding them back. They will attempt to hold those people back. And a lot of times these are people that will attempt to hold people back to be with them. You know how they say misery loves company. So these people will do it to people they hate and people they love, they claim to love. So these are people that will hold people back because they don't want anyone to move forward, because they themselves feel like they can't move forward. It's not necessarily that they can't do it. It's just that they themselves are they don't believe in themselves. They don't have the self-esteem. They don't have the courage or whatever to move forward. So these people, you can be in a relationship, you could be married to, you know, and you can have children with this person, and they will attempt to hold you back. Now, I've experienced this before multiple times with a person in a relationship with. They will attempt to isolate you. First of all, they will go out and they will talk trash about you. They will make everybody, including their own family, their friends, they want everybody to look at you as being the monster in the group, the person that's evil and demonic, the person that you have to watch out for, while the whole time they are blocking you. They're blocking your opportunities. They're blocking you from moving forward. They're blocking you from going to school. They're blocking you from working. And they're coming off as the supportive, loving, caring one that's helping you through your difficult times. They're coming off that way both to you and their family and their friends, who they have turned against you or made it look as if you're this demonic person. So they want to come off, and you'll be fooled if you're not paying close attention, because a lot of the times you're not going to witness what this person is doing behind your back. You may have to go off your intuition or catch something that because they're very good at hiding who they are and what they do. So they will attempt to block you while simultaneously coming off with this what appears to be they're this loving and kind, sweet person that's helpful. And so if you're not paying attention, or if you are paying attention, what you'll see is that they will manipulate other people into not coming around you. Now, I talked about this with my sister. With my sister, except for with her, she used a lot of spell work. These are people that are not using spell work. They're playing off the emotions of the people that they love. They're manipulating the people that they love, and they know that those people love them, so they know that those people will trust and believe in them. Now, it could also be that there are multiple people that they are doing this to at the same time, not just the person they have a relationship with. They could be doing this with family members. They could be doing it with siblings. They could be doing it with their children. They're manipulating everyone into believing that they are this loving, kind, supportive person, while at the same time having it's very subtle, and you won't notice it if you're not paying attention, a very subtle influence over everyone, telling everyone, basically they'll be going against and not supporting the things that you want to do. However, they want you to give your love and care and support to them. And if they feel like you're not doing enough, they will definitely create more drama to make it to where you're able to interact and have relationships with more and more other people. They will try to ruin your other relationships if they feel like you're doing something for this other person, including your own children. If they feel like you're doing something for this person and not doing for them what they want you to do, they will attempt to destroy the relationships that you have. So sometimes, and I know some women, you've experienced this, maybe even some men, where you have a relationship and you have children, and the man will draw the children in and manipulate the minds of the children, because they cannot get what they want out of you. They cannot get you to be how they want you to be, or they feel like they haven't gotten you into the position fully that they want you to be in. Now, remember, they don't want to just block your blessings. They want to shut you down completely. And they will do so using your own children, their own children that you all have together. They will manipulate them into thinking that, and I've had this done to me, where my children are thinking that I'm the problem, when really I'm not the problem. I'm truly the one that is doing the right thing. I'm not manipulating anyone behind the scenes. I am being authentic and standing in my authentic self. But they will manipulate your children. They will play on their emotions. They will involve them in the other activities with their family, where they're gossiping and they're talking about you. Now, remember, these people, and the same thing happened with my sister. So this has happened to me within my family and within relationships with other people, where they are manipulating their family against me. These are people that really see your light. They see your potential. They know you are going to go after what you really want in life, even if that means you have to separate yourself from them. They know that you will leave them behind if you have to. Now, you wouldn't have to leave them behind if they're doing the right thing, if they're authentic and they are your equal. You won't have to leave them behind. But these are people that know they're not your equal. They know that they don't stand up to you. They cannot compare to you. They cannot really compete with you. So in their mind, they're playing this game with you where they have to win at all costs. They have to beat you. So a lot of these people, they may have demons, but some of them don't have demons. They just are this way. They would have manipulated a prior relationship so much so to the point where it broke the person down, and now that person doesn't want them anymore. They feel like they used up or they achieved what they wanted. Now they'll go on to the next person, and so on and so forth. We have to be really careful, especially those of us women. We have to be very careful of men that we both have children with and we don't have children with, because these men will ruin your lives, and to the point to where your children's lives can be spoiled and ruined, because they feel like everybody has to be gathered around them and giving all of their love and care to them, and never to turn around and do anything for themselves. So these people don't necessarily have to use any other outside means except for running their mouth and setting up situations to make it look like you have the problem. One tactic I've seen is people will set up a situation to where they know that you're going to get upset before you're to, like, if say you have to be around these other people that they've been manipulated for however long, that they've kept away from you, but a situation pops up where those people, you and those people have to come together, you have to be around. They will, prior to, set up a situation to make you agitated and angry, so that when these people come around and you are feeling some kind of way, they'll turn around and make it look like your anger is directed at those people, when really it's not. It's that they set a situation up to where you and that person will have an argument, and then so they can go back and say to these people, see, I told you she was like this, or I told you he was like that. And so now you get to see it for yourself. So what people have to start doing is realizing that people will manipulate you, period. No matter if they claim to love you or not, they will manipulate you. It doesn't matter who you are. And if you're not paying careful attention, your own parents, your own siblings, your own husband or wife, these people that are the closest to you will destroy you. They will ruin your life. They will block you. You will be feeling depressed and down and out because you understand, to some extent, you feel in yourself that you're being held back, that you're being stifled, and you're not doing what you really want to do. You won't even realize that it's the very person that you deem the highest, that you look at, you honor the most, that is pulling the strings behind the scenes and even pulling strings in front of your face, but you're just not picking up on it because you love that person and you think they would never do that. They're the ones that are holding you back. They could be telling you in a nice, gentle, well, you could do this later. You don't have to do that now. Just focus on this right now. When really you can do 2 or 3 or 4 things at once if you want, but they'll make you feel like you can't go out and do those things that you want to do because they want you to entertain them. They want you to stick by their side. These are people that are afraid to be alone. They cannot be by themselves. They are energy vampires to a certain extent. Also, they don't have to do spell work, but they are energy vampires to where they are pulling on your heartstrings. They're pulling your love. They're pulling your attention. They want you to see only them and not to ever see your own children, not to see your own goals, see your own life. They don't want you to see yourself as being worthy of going out and doing something with your life, because they'll feel like they got left behind. But what we have to do is we have to start setting boundaries with people and letting people know. Number one, we have to recognize when we're in a situation with people like this, because it can take time to realize you're in a situation with a person like this. But I suggest for everyone is to get someone that is your equal. Don't listen to these social media saying, oh, she just want me for money. Don't get a woman that just wants you for money. No, you don't get a woman that just wants you for money, or a man that just for money, or whatever the case may be. Get somebody that is your equal. Somebody that has goals and aspirations, working towards those goals, or already have achieved those goals. Because 9 times out of 10, that person is not going to be competing with you. They're not going to try to stifle you. They're not going to hold you back. But we have to recognize, we have to know when we're in a situation with someone, and we got to know how to maneuver and even cut ties with those people, because those people are very dangerous. Everybody has a purpose. You would have come here, you would have had a purpose that you were supposed to serve, and yet you would have allowed somebody, just because of that relationship that you have, oh, that's my parent, or that's my sibling, or that's my husband or my wife, or whatever the case may be. That's my child, because your children can do this to you as well. You allow that person to block you time after time. So many years would have gone by that you have not moved forward. You may have even moved backwards, and you're realizing, why isn't things working for me? Why did I have this, all this, and I lost all of this? You have blessing blockers. You may have multiple ones. You have people that are blood related to you, people you have relationships with, people from past relationships. These people may not necessarily be working together, but they all have the same intention. And so some of us that are like generational curse breakers, chosen, so on and so forth, You are purposely put in the lives of these people. So you're going to get into these types of situations with family members and people you have relationships, because there is a purpose behind it. It's not necessarily for you to cause chaos, because, we're not really chaotic people like that. But it may be that you may have to be the person that is a curse breaker in your family, and you may have to help a person that's a part of another family or another group of people see that they are under curses, or not necessarily curses, but they're under manipulations. They are being deceived. So a lot of times when you're around these people, it is meant for you to be there. It's not necessarily that, oh, I keep making the same mistake. To some extent, yes, you keep getting with these people, but it may be a purpose behind that. You may be meant to wake somebody up, turn on the light, lift up the rug, open the door to the closet, and reveal who people really are, because people will be stuck generation after generation after generation of families stuck under these blessing blockers that are born into your family, or people that are destiny blockers. So don't think that, I understand some of us, and I used to do this too, you rely on the people around you for love and support, but a lot of times you're in a lake with, or a body of water with a bunch of alligators that you see as family members. And you may have to separate yourself in order to have happiness and joy and peace and prosperity and abundance in your life. And I don't say this stuff to get people down and make people sad and depressed. I say this stuff to make people aware, because a lot of times people are not aware for long periods of time, and you're under the manipulation, you're under the control and domination of people over and over again, people coming into your life, or family members that you're under their manipulation for long periods of time, that at some point you may just give up on what you really want to do with your life. And then so you may continue that cycle. You may become that very person who may do the same thing to your children or your children's children, attempting for everybody to stay around you because you missed the opportunity to move forward in your own life and bring peace, abundance, the things that you wanted into your life. And you missed the opportunity to hand that down to your children. But instead, you join in on the shenanigans and you become that very person that had been holding you back all that time because you were unaware and you were not willing to see. Sometimes we're not willing to see. It's not always that the opportunities are not there for us to pull the veil off from over our eyes. A lot of times we don't want to see because we don't want to believe that a parent or a sibling or a loved one is really like this. We think, oh, that can't be true. I know myself, I've done that time and time again, not wanting to see who I was really dealing with, having my intuition tell me something not right here, time and time again, but me choosing to still continue on and have this relationship. I don't want to say anything. I want to keep the peace. I feel like I need that love, and most of all, I've trauma bonded with this person. We need to let go of all of that stuff. Our main focus should be getting close to the Most High God, first of all, loving ourselves, getting next to the Most High God, loving ourselves. And that's when a lot of these illusions that are cast over us, whether it's through just people manipulating situations with their actions and words, or people really doing spell work to manipulate us. Once you get close to the Most High God, you put God and yourself first, not meaning you mistreat people or you're evil to people, but putting yourself where you love yourself first and you want the best for yourself, and you're not willing to sacrifice the good things for yourself and your children for other people because they chose not to move forward in their life. Once you put yourself and God first, everything will fall into place. You will start, it can be painful. It can be painful, but the masks will start falling off like drops of water falling out of the sky when it rains. You're going to see people everywhere, masks falling off. You're going to really see clearly who's who. But you got to get into that relationship with the Most High. You got to get into position to where you're willing to push all of these people aside that are blessing blockers and destiny blockers. And it will be revealed to you what you need to do and who you need to remove out of your energy, out of your life, who you need to stop giving to. Because a lot of times you're over giving and oversharing with these people, and they not giving you nothing in return because they want you to stay in a position where you are beneath them and you got to rely on them, and you're relying on them and they're not giving you much of anything. They call that breadcrumbing. They're not giving you much of anything. So you stay at a low position. And then when you're in that low position, you start to feel depressed. You start to feel sadness. You start to feel hopeless. You start to give up on yourself to satisfy this other person. I've seen it time and time again, not even just in myself. I've seen other people do it to people that they claim to love. They milk them of everything. They milk them dry. And that person is sitting there like, why don't I have anything? Why can't I go out and do you can go out and do the things you want to do. It's just people make you think that you can't do it. You can't do anything, that your job is to sit there and babysit them because they don't want to do nothing for themselves, or they don't think they can do anything. They want you to be two people sitting there in hopelessness and sadness together. Misery loves company. So I just wanted to share that quick message with you all, to please, if you are feeling lost and you don't know which way to move, first and foremost, get close to God and self-love. Start putting yourself first. That doesn't mean you neglect your children or you neglect everybody around it. No, you put yourself first. Think about what you want out of life, what you need to do to feel better and feel peace and joy and happiness, and start making changes in your life to put yourself in a better position. Sometimes that does mean releasing people that are of no good to you. Sometimes you have to release those people and you have to set boundaries with them. But start putting yourself first. Put yourself and God first. Rely on the Most High God. The Most High God is going to shift and maneuver things, and it may not be pretty at first, but the Most High God is going to shift and maneuver things to put you into position where you are fulfilling your destiny, because that's the way you will feel peace and love and fulfillment in life, is when you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, not pouring into other people. Not in that way, at least. Because a lot of times your destiny is to help people, but you got to know who you're supposed to be helping. How much are you supposed to be giving? But you can't see that clearly until you start to put yourself first. So I just wanted to make that quick message. I hope this helps someone, and I will be back again soon with another video. Bye.